What up, bitches? It's a misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant slash review. Today I want to talk about this album right here, Cypress Hill's latest album titled Elephants on Acid. Y'all know who Cypress Hill is by now. No need for me to go into that. Legendary rap group. Shout out to Cypress Hill, okay? This album has been long awaited. I love the single that dropped for it called Band of Gypsies. Fucking ill single. I wanted them to get back to their old style, their old dirty sound that made them famous, and they did a really good job here. So let's just jump right into this shit, okay? There's the cover, sort of dark and dingy, the way I like it. There's the back with the track listing. Open this bitch up. There's the CD. I kind of felt slighted here because it's just a slip. There's no liner notes inside or any of that shit. And you take the CD out, there's the artwork on the back right there. So it was kind of, minimalistic, but still in a jewel case. I kind of felt tricked by that, but that's okay. Still a dope album. Let's just jump right into the meat and potatoes. There's barely any features on here. I forget the guy who does the there's a guy in Band of Gypsies that does the actual Middle Eastern I don't want to say hook, but the intro, and yeah, I guess the hook. I forget his name because they say his name in the actual video, and there's no features that are listed on here, none at all. There's a female who does some singing on here too, on one or two tracks. So shout out to whoever the hell you are. I'm used to just ripping this open and going off the features that are listed, but like I said, it wasn't on here, so whatever. I'm just going at this raw, you know what I mean? Y'all know how I do my reviews. Okay, so there's 21 tracks on this bitch, which you don't see that a lot nowadays. Granted, some of them are interludes, but it all works together, and I'm about to get into that. As far as the content, if you're familiar with Cypress Hill, you already know. Number one is going to be weed references, because these guys love to get blitzed. You're going to have gangster shit on here. It's mainly those two mixed up. Nothing really too conceptual, except songs like Stairway to Heaven, which Be Real, the frontman of Cypress Hill, is basically talking about what happens as he's ascending, reflecting back on shit that happened in his life. That one's pretty it's a great song too, because I thought it was just gonna end on that on an interlude, but it turns out it's just as long as epic type track, because it's Muggs beats, and then Be Real comes in maybe like over a minute in, and then it's more music after the fact, more instrumental. What else could I say about this shit? one steady, cohesive sound throughout the whole thing, and that's because, unlike their last album, Rise Up, which I never really went back to it. When it first came out, I know I said it wasn't the best nor the worst of Cypress Hill, and I still mean that, but I've never went back to it. Other Cypress Hill albums, I'll go back to it, particularly their first, I would say, 4-5 albums, And, hold on, this shit is, okay, yeah, the screensaver popped up. But this shit is a return to fucking form, okay? If you're a fan of, when I listen to this about 2-3 times. If you're a fan of Black Sunday and Temples of Boom, those 2 albums particularly, maybe you could throw 4 in there. That's their 4th album. If you combine those 3, but more particularly those 2 that I mentioned, you get this album. The first 2 I mentioned, you will get this. The darkness of it, the sound of it, ridiculous. Even songs like Oh Na Na and Crazy, which are more upbeat, it still makes sense, because what this needed was Muggs to complete that sound, because like I kind of got sidetracked. Like Rise Up didn't have Muggs on it. He was on like 1 or 2 tracks, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know he was on, like, it had to be 1 or 2 tracks. And Cypress Hill needs that dirty, dark sound. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really, 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 really enjoyed this album, and I I find it funny that when I say that I'm sort of done with this shit, there's a bunch of great music that comes out that kind of reminds me why I fell in love with rap in the first place. And thank you guys for putting this shit out. If I gave this a rating, I would probably give it a solid 8. I think this is one of the best albums this year, just off the rip. Solid playthrough all the way through. Love the Muggs sound. I love Be Real, love Send Dog. As usual, these fucking guys are legends. But yeah, Cypress Hill, Elephants on Acid. Pick the shit up. Enjoy it. That's it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Support dope shit. Share my shit. And that's it. Peace, bitches.